They told you Roman Reigns was back. They told you the tribal chief had returned. They told you that WrestleMania 42 was the moment Roman defeating CM Punk, reclaiming the World Heavyweight Championship, standing on top of the mountain again like some kind of wrestling god who refuses to die. The whole internet was buzzing. People were crying. People were losing their minds. Roman Reigns, 7-time world champion. 7 titles. The greatest of his generation. Maybe the greatest of all time. And you bought it. You celebrated it. But here's what nobody, and I mean nobody, is talking about today, and it is going to make your blood boil. There is a 28-year-old Nigerian wrecking ball walking around WWE's locker room right now, and he does not care about Roman Reigns' legacy. He does not care about the head of the table. He does not care about the bloodline. He does not care about your emotions, your nostalgia, your Twitter tributes, or your tears. And the most terrifying thing about Obafimi is this: he has already done to Brock Lesnar what everyone said was impossible. And Roman Reigns is next. Drop in the comments right now if you think Roman is already living on borrowed time, because by the end of this video, I promise you, you will see exactly why Obafimi is not just a rising star. He is the extinction event that ends the Roman Reigns era for good. Stay with me. This is Ring Rumble 1. And today, we are going all the way in. Segment 1, set the scene: Roman's return and what it means. Let's rewind real quick, because context is everything. Roman Reigns won the 2026 Royal Rumble. Coming in at number 1 and surviving everything the match threw at him, Roman marched into WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas Allegiant Stadium, and he chose CM Punk, the World Heavyweight Championship. And just like that, after years of part-time appearances, backstage politics, and fan speculation about whether the tribal chief would ever recapture his glory, Roman Reigns pinned CM Punk clean in the center of that ring and lifted the title above his head. 7 world championships in WWE. That number alone demands respect. But here is the question that every single person watching that moment should have been asking, and most of them were too caught up in the emotion to think about it. Who is going to take that title from Roman Reigns? WWE is clearly building towards something big. Jacob Fatu has already stepped up. Gunther is lurking. Seth Rollins is owed a rematch. The division is loaded. But there is one name, one unstoppable, unmovable, historically dominant name that rises above all of them: Oba Femi. And before you scroll past this, before you say he's too new or he needs more time, I need you to understand who this man is and what he has already done. Because if you're sleeping on Obafimi in 2026, you are going to wake up one morning and realize you missed the biggest crowning moment of this decade. Segment 2, who is Obafimi, the real story. Born in Lagos, Nigeria on April 22, 1998, literally just turned 28 years old yesterday, Isaac Odugbason is a man who was built for greatness before he ever set foot in a wrestling ring. Shot put champion. University of Lagos. Middle Tennessee State University. Conference USA Male Freshman of the Year. A world-class athlete who walked into WWE's Performance Center in 2022 with a body that looks like God personally commissioned it from a sculptor, and a competitive drive that makes people like Brock Lesnar look relaxed by comparison. He made his NXT debut losing just to show you the journey. But within 2 years, Obafimi had become the longest reigning NXT North American champion in history at 273 days. He went on a 30-match winning streak. He won the Iron Survivor Challenge. He became NXT champion. And this is the moment that changed everything. He looked at the main roster, vacated both titles, and told the entire WWE locker room, "I'm coming, and none of you are ready." The vignettes started appearing on Raw, on SmackDown, week after week. No brand, no affiliation, just a force of nature prowling the edges of the main event scene like a predator waiting for the right moment to strike. That moment came at the Royal Rumble. Entry number 1. 5 eliminations. The whole arena watching a man built like a Roman statue dismantle everyone in his path until Brock Lesnar eliminated him. And here is where it gets beautiful. Because instead of sulking, instead of disappearing, instead of waiting months for a rematch clause, Obafimi looked straight at Brock Lesnar on the March 16th episode of Raw, answered his open WrestleMania challenge, and said, "Me, I'll do it." And at WrestleMania 42 Night 2, in front of the entire world, Obafimi defeated Brock Lesnar. Let that sink in. He beat Brock Lesnar, the man who broke The Undertaker's streak, the man who destroyed John Cena, the man who has conquered every single era of WWE for over 2 decades. Obafimi looked Brock Lesnar in the eyes and ended him. And now wrestling analysts, insiders, and fans from every corner of the planet are saying the exact same thing: Obafimi is the hottest performer in professional wrestling today. So let me ask you this. If Obafimi just ended Brock Lesnar, what exactly is Roman Reigns supposed to do? Segment 3, the case for Obafimi versus Roman Reigns, why this is inevitable. Now I've been doing this long enough to know that WWE doesn't always do the obvious thing. They've had Braun Breaker on the main roster for 2 years. Jacob Fatu's been grinding. These guys have been waiting and waiting for their shot at the top title, and WWE keeps hesitating. So is Obafimi going to be different? Yes. And here's why. The moment Brock Lesnar accepted that WrestleMania challenge, WWE made a decision. They chose Obafimi as their guy. The next big thing. Literally the next version of what Brock Lesnar was in 2002 when he came in, steamrolled everyone, and became world champion within 8 months of his debut, becoming the youngest world champion in WWE history at the time. Obafimi is following that exact blueprint, and WWE knows it. Wrestling Incorporated ran a piece today, April 23, 2026, arguing that while Gunther is a credible challenger and Reigns vs. Gunther is a massive match, it would be smarter, bolder, and more exciting for WWE to strike while the iron is hot and have Obafimi dethrone Roman Reigns first. And they are 100% correct. Think about what that match represents. Roman Reigns, the established legend, the tribal chief, the man who held that undisputed title for 1,316 days against Obafimi, the 28-year-old Nigerian powerhouse who beat the most intimidating human being in WWE history at the biggest show of the year. The passing of the torch doesn't get more dramatic than this. The story writes itself. Old power versus new power. Legacy versus hunger. The man who dominated the last era versus the man who will define the next one. SummerSlam 2026 is being floated as the destination. And if WWE pulls the trigger there, if they put Obafimi in that arena and let him do what he does, the roof will come off. Comment below right now. I want to know, do you think Obafimi beats Roman at SummerSlam? Yes or no? Let's get this debate going. Segment 4, the danger of sleeping on this moment. Here's what makes me genuinely frustrated, and I need to say this because some of you in the comments are already typing Roman is going to bury him and Oba needs more time, and the thinking is exactly how WWE ends up making the wrong call. Remember when they had the chance to pull the trigger on Sami Zayn at WrestleMania? When they could have given Braun Breaker the Intercontinental title moment he deserved 6 months earlier? When Jacob Fatu was so hot that anything short of a world title felt like a waste? WWE has a habit of frustrating, maddening habit of recognizing a star's peak momentum and then watching it cool because they overthought it. Obafimi right now is operating at a temperature that few wrestlers ever reach. He beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. He is 28 years old. He is physically unlike anything WWE has seen in years. The combination of his size, his athleticism, his power, and his presence is something that comes along maybe once a decade. If WWE waits until WrestleMania 43 to give him the world title a full year from now, they risk exactly what happened with other rising stars. The crowd moves on, the buzz fades, the moment passes, and then you're scrambling to recapture something you had right in your hands and chose to let go. The smartest thing WWE can do is let Obafimi crash Roman Reigns' party. Not next year. Not at WrestleMania. At SummerSlam. In front of 60,000 people. Let the young lion take down the old king. Let the new era begin. Roman Reigns has had his moment. 7 world championships. A 1,316-day reign. Main events. Stadium shows. GOAT-level status secured. His legacy is bulletproof. Losing to Obafimi doesn't diminish that. If anything, if Roman Reigns is the one who puts Obafimi over, it adds to Roman's legend. Because great champions don't just win titles. Great champions create the next great champions. Segment 5, what Roman must be thinking right now. Let's get inside Roman's head for a second. Roman Reigns is a smart man. He's been in this business long enough to understand the cycle. He knows what it looks like when a new monster is coming for your throne. He lived through Goldberg. He lived through Brock Lesnar. He survived both. But Obafimi is different. Obafimi is not a returning legend. He's not a nostalgia act. He doesn't come with a part-time schedule or a contractual WrestleMania clause. Obafimi is here every week, getting bigger and better, learning faster than anyone expected, and radiating the kind of confidence that you simply cannot manufacture. Roman said on Raw that he's here to fix all this part-time crap. He said he's back full-time for the summer. He wants to be a fighting champion. He wants to prove he belongs at the top of the card on merit, not mythology. Well, be careful what you wish for, tribal chief. Because Obafimi is the fight you asked for. And unlike the part-timers you're dismissing, he won't be flying home after WrestleMania. He'll be there next Monday, and the Monday after that, and every single week until someone puts that title around his waist. The question is not if Obafimi challenges Roman Reigns. The question is when. And everything, the timing, the momentum, the narrative is pointing to sooner rather than later. Segment 6, the bigger picture. A new era is coming whether WWE is ready or not. Let me zoom out for a moment, because this is bigger than just one match. WWE is in a fascinating position in 2026. The product is hot. WrestleMania 42 was massive. The main roster is stacked with talent in ways it hasn't been in years. But the next evolution of this company, the stars who carried WWE into the 2030s, are names like Obafimi. They are names that didn't exist in the headline conversation 5 years ago. And Obafimi's story is particularly special because it resonates globally. Born in Lagos, Nigeria, a Nigerian flag bearer in a company that now has a massive, passionate audience across Africa and the African diaspora worldwide. When Obafimi wins that world title, and notice I said when, not if, it is going to mean something profound to millions of people who have never seen someone who looks like them holding the top prize in the biggest wrestling company on the planet. That is the power of this moment. That is why WWE needs to handle it with the urgency and the gravity it deserves. This is not just about Roman Reigns losing a title. This is about a young man from Lagos, Nigeria, standing on the grandest stage and proving that the next era of sports entertainment belongs to him. And if that doesn't give you goosebumps, check your pulse. Closing call to action. So let's bring it back home. Obafimi has already crashed the party. He crashed Brock Lesnar's party at WrestleMania 42. He has announced himself to the entire wrestling world as a force that cannot be stopped, cannot be contained, and absolutely cannot be ignored. Roman Reigns is standing at the top of the mountain right now, holding that World Heavyweight Championship like he owns it. But Obafimi is climbing, and he does not get tired, and he does not get scared, and he does not quit. The crash is coming. The only question is how loud it's going to be. Share this video right now because I need every wrestling fan, every Roman Reigns diehard, every Obafimi believer, and every casual viewer who only tunes in for WrestleMania to see this conversation and have their mind blown. Drop your prediction in the comments. Does Obafimi beat Roman Reigns at SummerSlam? Or does WWE make the mistake of waiting too long? I want every single opinion down there. This is Ring Rumble 1. We go harder than anybody. Smash that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I will see you in the next one. The Tribal Chief's time is running out. The ruler has arrived, and WWE will never ever be the same again.